I would sell my own child for a playset of Quantum Riddlers. This new card is just that good. It has a new ability Warp, which is like if a Venture and Evoke had a baby together. You can play the card for the Warp cost, but then on end step, the card goes into exile until you cast it for the full cost. Calling this ability Warp is super unintuitive, because doesn't Warp mean fast, so shouldn't this card have haste but it doesn't? A better name for this ability would be Child Support. You stick around for a brief moment, but then you flee to the Bahamas until you can afford to come back and pay the full cost. Although Wizards is probably saving the Child Support ability for the new Child Support Magic set. But this video is not about Child Support. It's about Quantum Riddler and Sundial the Infinite. Daddy loves Sundial so much, but no matter how many videos I make on it, Sundial never sees any tournament play. But alongside Riddler, we just might be able to change all that. That's because for 2 mana we play Riddler and draw a card. But if we have 1 or fewer cards in hand, whenever we draw a card, we draw an extra one as well. And on end step, when Riddler's about to go into exile, we end the turn, and then it stays out permanently. But it gets even better with Phelia Titties, which exiles something when it attacks, and the exile card re-enters on end step. Great for blinking Riddler, but also for exiling the opponent's creature and then just ending the turn. But it gets even better with Fable the Mirror Breaker, a great target for Phelia to flicker. But because its second ability is discard and draw cards, when we discard down to 1 card, we draw an extra card with Riddler. But we're just getting started, because since we're ending the turn, we can use it to keep Phlage permanently, or even Solitude, which we can play for free if we exile a white card from hand. Normally losing a card from hand is a bad thing, but because we want a lower hand size, it's totally fine. We can also blink with Ephemerate, and now if we're up to daddy, we would run 3 Sundials, but in our previous Sundial videos, many big boys said that running 3 Sundials is too many. So to honor my big boy's request, we'll swap in 2 Consign memories instead, which we can use to counter a triggered ability. As for the rest of the deck, because we're 3 colors, we have Prismatic Ending for removal, also Lightning Bolt, and Monkey, which if we dash it out, before it goes back in hand, we can just end the turn, and then Mishra's Bauble for a card draw. One last trick we can do, to give Riddler haste, we have Arena Glory Holes, and now for sideboard, we have Storm Hate, Blue Hate, Land Hate, Fire Magic for board wipe, Favorite Hate, 1 Meltdown for Artifact Hate, and a great card that no one plays, Hedge Mage. When it enters, if it controls 2 mountains and 2 plains, it destroys both an enchantment and an artifact. A great card to blink. That is the deck. Edge of Eternities just came out, and now off we go to try and give birth to a new archetype. Opening hand's good enough, we'll keep. We'll start with Monkey. Opponent passes. Oh, they're tapping out. We'll tap their ass with that treasure. Warp Riddler. Ephemerate it. How kinky was that? Thunder Trap Trainer. Digging for Lightning Bolt. Another Ephemerate. We'll let them trade with the Monkey. We'll then hold up our stuff and pass. Opponent passes. Flash and Phelia Titties. That worked. Removal, sure. But they're really getting dick down in the air. Who knows Halted? They shock down the 4, dealing 5 damage with Flame of the North, and they try to finish off with Bolt, but we'll blink it. How wonderful. And our opponent agrees. Going in game 2 is bringing this for this, and that's game 2. Opening hand's a little slow, but we'll keep. Might as well surveil. And now we find Monkey. Sure. Opponent digs. They find Flame of the North. They can choose 2 things if they have a wizard. So no wizard for you. We'll play Monkey and pass. Cossies. Will they take our amazing Sundial? No. Fable. Oh, 1 Lightning Bolt. Riddler for us. We'll play Sundial and pass. Opponent passes. And now I'd prefer to play Riddler here, so they definitely have counter. So Phlage it is. What Phlage hits? Oh, we'll just, end the turn. How wonderful. Opponent passes. Glory holes for us, and this might be too ambitious, but it's time to give Riddler haste. Oh, the counter. Not for 9. Opponent passes. Oh, no Phlage. They try to make us sacrifice a creature, but before we sacrifice, we end the turn. We're teaching our opponent so much, and being too cool for school, our opponent concedes. So now it's on the next schooling. Opening hand or lands or balls, but we are on the draw, so we'll keep. Ooh, a trust. We'll start with the Monkey and pass. They warp Pinnacle Emissary. It'll only stay out for this turn, but whenever they cast an artifact, they get a 1/1 flyer that can only block flyers, and they only make 1 token? Oh, loser. Let's see if they want to trade. They don't. And Mox Amber, oh my gosh. We cast our Mox Amber for free, so now we can make red. Play Riddler. We draw a card. Ephemerate Riddler. Draw another card. And now we have a 4/6. Although they can cast a Bauble from graveyard, and they have Emissary. There's a giant wall of tokens here, so we'll just Ephemerate Riddler. Phlage for us. Play Phlage. They got Emissary. Flip for 2. Hold up Phelia Titties and pass. They warp another Emissary. They play Graveyard Hate, so no Phlage for us. Ooh, and Kappa Cannoneer with Ward 4. The unblockable, and that's pretty annoying. And they keep making more tokens. This bad. Petty time. Gonna sign a memory. Play Fable. The Cannoneer just has to pass and try to draw a way out of this. They get back Emissary, so now Cannoneer's unblockable. Amber. Oh geez. Cannoneer's now a 10/10. We'll counter their Bauble and their triggered ability, but they're still swinging for a nut load. Got a 7. We'll filter our hand. Sundial, that's good. We don't have enough mana to both target Cannoneer and gain life, so we must choose. No great options here. We'll have to take a big risk. Play Sundial. Phlage. We'll take out Emery. End the turn. But if they play a single artifact here, we'll be dead. Oh, they have an artifact. Yep, they have us. So game 2 it is. Going into 2 is bringing all this for all this fast game 2. Opening hand, a lot of lands. But we have Meltdown, so we'll keep. And no turn 1 play. We'll pass back as well. And it looks like they're about to bust. They have an Emery now. Ooh, Phlage. Play Phlage. And it was Emery. And every Urza Saga. We really gotta time this Meltdown just right. Phelia Titties for us. For now, just play Fable. And if we really need to, we can Solitude. They warp another Emissary. That might mean they have Kappa Cannoneer. They sure do. They also have Emery. Ooh, and Fire Magic. But I say we discard that. We draw Phlage, and now get ready for kinkiness. We'll swing to make a treasure, and before blocks, evoke Solitude, take out Cannoneer, by paying the ward, and with the treasure, we'll Ephemerate, Queef on Emery, and what a turn that was, and make a construct, and dig for Gravitate. They swing on the air, now they might have counter, making us pay 3 with Metallic Rebuke, so to be extra safe, exile Emissary, and for 1 mana, Meltdown, and our opponent's had enough, and now it's on game 3. Opening hand's pretty okay, we'll keep. Phelia, and they pass. A second Ephemerate, we'll hold up Phelia's Titties and pass. They finally find land number 2, playing Tasty Tammy, we'll put out Titty, and now this will be most kinky. Warp Rizzler, Titty attacks the Flicker Rizzler, and so Rizzler re-enters, and that was enough for our opponent to pull their pants down and concede, and so it's on next on the link. Opening hand, 5 lands, no, Mull. And 5 lands again, Mull. Alright, sure, we'll keep this. And it's a frog deck, with red in it. Oh, and this is a real Inoculus. If they reanimate it, we might be clapped. 2 Rizzler, they play the frog, and while they're tapped out, Warp Rizzler, we draw a card, and then blink. That worked. Ooh, Solitude. We won't use that just yet, but it's hard enough to have counter or not. On digs, throwing a second Oculus in graveyard. Opponent swings. This time we'll say big cockstone blocks. In frog number 2. Now here's the plan. Evoke Solitude, exile the frog, Ephemerate Solitude, last frog goes bye-bye. We draw 2 cards, swing for 4, and play Fable. They really gotta kill Rizzler here, because next turn we're gonna draw a nutload of cards. Opponent mills throwing on Earth and graveyard, how tragic. Ooh, fatal push. But they let us keep Rizzler. We draw 2 cards, and with our Fable, we'll discard 2 to draw 3 more. Swing for 7, play Fable and pass. And after much sadness, opponent concedes. Going to game 2 is bring Gravitate with asking 2. Opening hand, no Gravitate. And if they draw a frog to block Ravioli, we're pretty clap, but I say we keep. Ephemerate, sure. Play Monkey and pass. And they just pass. And we draw Rizzler. Swing for 2. And opponent takes it. In that case, using our treasure, Warp Rizzler. Rizzler hits. Oh my gosh, finding Solitude. Happy birthday to us. We draw again. No, Toxic's to lose. But they lose 6 life to do that. Land for us. Play Monkey again. Sundial and pass. Opponent draws some cards. Our Oculus in graveyard. They reanimate it. And prepare for kinkiness. Opponent manifest dread. Making it 2-2. Oh my goodness. Play a Phlage. Deal 3 damage to their 2-2. And before Phlage leaves, evoke Solitude. Exile their Oculus. And then in the turn, oh my gosh. That was so sick. Opponent digs. Ooh, throwing Archon in graveyard. If they persist here. Or Emperor Boners, oh. They'll be able to reanimate, but only temporarily. Their boner gets bigger, causing Archon to come back for turn. We're forced to sack, and also discard. But also when they attack, the same thing happens. Fable for us. We'll play it. We'll swing. They jump. No, they can reanimate again. So they'll get back their second Archon, which means they have lethal. What an amazing game that was, but now it's on to game 3. Ooh, opening hand, 1 land. But if we can get more lands, and this hand's pretty fast, we'll keep. Play Monkey and pass. Opponent digs. Throwing Oculus in graveyard. Oof. Who land? Swing at their Monkey. Finding Frog, but more important than Frog is Rizzler. Draw 1 card, and Ephemerate for another. And now let's see if they have reanimation. They sure do. They bring back Oculus as a 4-4. And instead of attacking here, we'll blink Rizzler. Prismatic Ending, wonderful. With 3 colors. Exile Oculus. And will opponent like to trade? They do. Emperor Boners. They can even get creatures from our graveyard. But luckily for us, Lightning Bolt. Swing for 4. Hold up Phelia's Titties and pass. Opponent mills. Milling nothing. They reanimate their boner. But there are no creatures in either graveyard. Titty time. In Purge as well. Normally, Phelia blinking Fable's the best thing to do here. But I think we're decently safe with Celestial Purge. So we'll instead dash out Ravioli. Swing out. Exile the boner. And we exile an Archon from the top of the deck. And having seen that, our opponent concedes. What a beautiful match. Now it's on the next one. Opening hand has a great curve. We'll keep. It's an artifact deck. Warping an Emissary to none of that weenies. How many more artifacts could they possibly have? Ooh, another Ornithopter. A Volt Emissary. And good thing we did. Phelia's Titties. They don't have the land for Urza Saga. They dig instead. They play another drum. And another drum. And a Moon Knight. And a Thought Monitor. Draw 2 cards. And a Mox Opal. Oh my gosh. Jesus. Flash our Titties. And the construct they'll get is annoying. Especially if they give it haste. We'll warp Rizzler anyway. Hit our opponent with our Titties. Blinking Rizzler. Opponent trades. Rizzler comes back to draw us a card. And let's see how hard they can hit us. They have a 9-9. Ah, shit. They draw 2. Now we're gonna be forced to jump here. And an Emissary? Oh my goodness. Well, we definitely don't want to take 16 damage. So we're forced to block. Ooh, Glory Hole. That actually kind of saves us. Make haste mana. Giving our Titties haste. We'll swing. Blink their construct token. Opponent trades. And so we're still in it. For a Steel Cutter. And Emissary. Giving it haste. So they can nut on us for 9. This be rough. Play Phlage. Take out Emissary. Hang the ward. And so we just barely survive at 7. If we can survive here, we can get back Phlage with haste next turn. Oh, Capicaneer, no. And with haste, that's lethal. So close. Well, game 2 it is. Going to game 2 is bringing this first time too. Opening hand's absolutely wonderful. We'll keep. They're preparing to pop off. Go, opponent, go. They play drum. They draw some cards. Another opal. Ooh, draw more cards. What a fantastic turn 1. But tragically for opponent, it's time for us to bust. Evoke Solitude. No thought for you. Ephemerate. Last thought goes bye-bye. And no wipe. Oh, where'd all your creatures go? Ooh, but they have more. They draw 2 cards. They warp another Emissary. How do they have so many artifacts? With all this card draw, I guess. Boots. They equip. 2 hit us for 4. Exile the Memnite. And we're stuck on 2 lands, so we'll pass. They replay Emissary. And go for a second one, but Ephemerate again. No Emissary for you. And so more artifacts. Ephemerate comes back. Take out their other Emissary. Who land? We'll play Fable and pass. We take 4 in the air. Someone passes. Land, we'll discard that. Consign a memory, nice. We'll swing with both. And Hedge is kind of good here, but we want them to play an enchantment first, so we'll pass. They equip, and Fist for 5, but then they pass. Who Phlage? Fable flips. Swing again, and now play Phlage. Take out the blocker, and before Phlage gets a sack, we'll counter to keep it around. How wonderful. They swing for 5 again, and now we can copy. Copy Solitude. Take out a token. Swing out. Take out another token. And recognizing a good spanking when they see when our opponent concedes. So game 3 will decide it. Open hand's okay, but the new Emissary card makes your deck so fast. I think we need a sideboard card. We have to mull. Meltdown, yes please. Go opponent, go. Ain't no plating, but wait on the meltdown, and hopefully we can survive long enough. Opponent draws. Ooh, play Saga. And they equip. Fisting us for 5. Hedge Mage, okay. We have a few issues here. If we do nothing, they'll just dick us down with cranial plating. So I think we actually have to wipe here. Although if they find a third land, their constructs will come online. Yeah, we gotta wipe. Take out 2 artifacts, and they're rebuilding the board. Please don't have counter, because of Hedge Mage, we can take out 2 other things. Come on, come on. It hits. No more Saga, no more anal plating. They squared out the construct. Hedge Mage, I love you so much. They play another Saga. Oh my goodness. This might be the biggest bust of our life. We'll definitely play Ephemerate here, but should we risk Rizzler to try and draw another card? I think so. We just need to land. Like that. Ephemerate Rizzler. Holy shit. Number 2. Blink Hedge Mage. Take out their talking construct. Why doesn't anyone play this card? It's so good. Opponent passes. 2 Ephemerates come back. Blink Hedge Mage. Bye-bye Opal. Blink again. No more drum. Fist for 4. Bring back Phlage. And victory is ours. And now we're so close to the 5-0. Oh my gosh. And now it's off the finals. Opening hand, no lands will mull. And it's better, we'll keep. Opponent passes. We'll hold Phelia titties and pass. Opponent passes. Flash our titties. Ooh, Ephemerate. Warp Rizzler. Drawing a card. Ooh, Solitude. Going after our titties. We'll let that happen. And Ephemerate. That worked. How wonderful. They flashing titties. So an Esper Blink deck. Ooh, ball sack. They'll attempt to flicker the ball sack. They return Solitude. To stop the flicker, we'll evoke our own Solitude. Going after their titties. And they evoke their Solitude. Exiling Rizzler. Glory Holes. Ooh. We'll use Glory Holes to give haste. Playing Monkey. Number 2. Ew, finding a land. So we'll have to pass. They surveil. And they have Rizzler. No, and they have Ephemerate. Who's Solitude? Play Solitude and give it haste. Exile the Rizzler. And Fist for 5. Full Masters. That's pretty good against us. We lose our Monkey. But strange they don't take out our Solitude instead. 2 more turns before their ball sack comes out. And of course we draw land. And play the titties. No. The quality of their card draws is so good. Block their titties. Their ball sack comes back. They get Solitude back in hand. It's not good. We'll counter their ball sack trigger so they can't get back a creature. Fable. And with that Solitude out, they'll have us pinned. So game 2 it is. Going into the first 2. Open hand, no lands. We'll maul. Oh boy, 1 land. We'll risk it. Start with vacuum. Thoughtseize. Grabbing our titties. There's a Phlage. And another vacuum. At least we can play it, I guess. Flicker Wisp. Flickering their land to surveil. Land, but it enters tapped. Throw Phlage in graveyard. Ball sack. They'll return a creature before we can respond. Finding a Blowmasters. Only Circle Phlage. As soon as we get into the finals, apparently our luck just plummets. Lightning Bolt. They have Blowmasters in hand, so we won't use Rizzler. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's Flicker Wisp. Oh. You know what? Screw it. Eat my pussy. Exile Flicker Wisp. Blowmaster blows us. And they blow us again. They just love blowing us. Glory Holes. We take 4. You have Exile. Exile 1 Blowmasters. Witch Enchanter. Taking out a vacuum. And their ball sack comes out. Why? Why, God? Why does God giveth and why does God taketh away? But I guess 4-1 is not bad. It's not the 5-0 though. You know, 5-0 would have been nice. So there we have it. Despite the end, I think this deck is great. I'm just hoping please finally be a Sundial deck in Modern. Daddy has been waiting for so long, but only time will tell. And now the giveaway. All you have to do for a chance to win is to comment and be subscribed. The winners of these cards here will be announced in the next video. Winners will also receive one of Daddy's hand-painted deck boxes, also available at decknight.com. And until next time, stay to be thick.